So the article that I read was called 5 Tips for Upgrading Classrooms. And as the title states, it's about the 5 main tips about upgrading the technology in your classroom. The first tip that they gave was getting stakeholders involved early. By this, they're basically saying make sure that the school district is on board and making sure that it fits in the budget, making sure that, the technology they believe is suitable for your own classroom. The second one that they talked about was the whole piece of factoring in the total cost of ownership. When making the investments, they need to take into consideration how much things cost. And as I stated, the budget is a huge part of that. So making sure that the technology doesn't overgo the budget. You don't want to be spending more than your budget can, hold. Then the third one was basically just saying, the upgrades can't be done overnight. It takes a lot of time. You need to do a lot of research into how much things cost. The time that it takes, it even said in here for this person, it took them about 18 months to go through the tests to make the final selection. I mean, it takes all that much time just to get the right piece of technology for your classroom. The fourth tip that they listed was just to keep an open mind. If, like I stated before, if the budget doesn't, if you can't meet the budget, if it goes over, you're not going to be able to get what you need. So you need to keep an open mind to, cheaper options, or just accepting the fact that, maybe this type of technology isn't something that can be used right now because of that budget. It's also like, you need to be able to work with the students, understanding that all new technology is new for everybody, and getting that hurdle crossed, and learning how to use the new technology. It's going to be different for the students and yourself, which kind of goes into the final tip that they had, which was to prepare for a culture shift. Learning new technology. I mean, my generation has pretty much grown up with technology all around us, but especially like the older generations and even the generations to come, they're still going to have to learn how to use all these new technological advances. And, being able to understand that, things are going to go wrong and it's going to take time to understand how to use everything. Just being sure to be prepared for that new culture shift. When I read this article, I was very interested because I remember when I was in elementary, middle school, that's kind of when smartboards started coming out, and it was very interesting to see the teachers and the students both just learning how to use it, learning how to calibrate it, all those types of things, and it was interesting. I didn't really realize that there were all these different factors that came into upgrading the technology in the classroom. So whenever I'm in my own classroom, I'm going to definitely keep these tips in mind.